All right, so we're going to check out the law of sines. Law of sines is a way that you can solve non-right triangles. So everything we've done up until this point, we had to have a 90-degree angle within our triangle. Well, that's not happening anymore. So if I label this triangle as triangle ABC, notice I'm not putting a right angle in there. Side B is across from angle B, side A is across from angle A, and side C is across from angle C. So the law of sines you can use to solve for angles or for sides. If you are solving for an angle, so solving for an angle, you're going to set it up in this way. You're going to say sine of A over side A equals the sine of B over side B equals the sine of C over side C. So notice that when you're solving for an angle, you put the angles on top. Whereas if you are solving for a side, you would then just switch over those fractions and you put the sides on top. So you would put A over the sine of A equals B over the sine of B equals C over the sine of C. Now, you can solve for a side using the first set of equations. You're just going to have to do a little bit more algebra. So it's a little bit easier if you have it set up for sides when you have sides on top and angles when you have angles on top. In order to do this, you must have an angle and side match. So must have an angle and side match. And if you don't have an angle and side match, and by match I mean I hate when I do that, you need angle B and side B. So if you don't have one, you have to be able to get one. So let's go ahead and try example 1. Okay, so we're going to solve this triangle. Solving a triangle means you need to have all of the angles and all of the sides. So notice I already have two angles. Angle C is 107 degrees and angle B is 25 degrees. So I can very quickly figure out that angle A is going to be 48 degrees. And where did I get that 48 degrees? That comes from the fact that all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. So 180 minus 107 minus 25 leaves 48 degrees left for angle A. So I've got that done. The other things that I'm looking for are side A and side C. So I can go ahead and make like an answer box that has all the three pieces of information I'm going to need, and I already have one of them done. So if I'm solving for side A, it doesn't matter which one you solve for first. If I'm solving for side A, then I would put side A on top over sine of angle A, which is 48. Now I know that that's information that I found, and I'm not a big fan of using information that we find throughout the problem, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And when we do the law of sines, it's definitely unavoidable. So A over the sine of 48 equals B, which is given to me in the problem of 15, over the sine of 25, which is B's angle. So you just want to make sure that you're matching things up. Now what I would do is I would type this all into my calculator. When I'm looking to grade your test and your quiz, I'm going to be looking for this equation, and then I'm going to be looking for the answer. So practice typing this in your calculator. What you should really type in is 15 divided by the sine of 25, and then you're going to end up multiplying by the sine of 48. So try that right now in your calculator. Do not take my word for it. Round to the nearest tenth, and you're going to get that A is 26.4. So we're going to go ahead and pop that up into our answer box. Then we're going to do the exact same thing with C. Now I am going to use the 15 and the sine of 25 because that's information that was given to me, so I'm more comfortable doing that. So 15 over the sine of 25 equals C over the sine of 107. So in this problem right here, I'm not using any information that I personally found. I'm using all information that was given to me. So now in your calculator, you're going to take 15 divided by the sine of 25. Make sure that you're closing those parentheses after the 25 before you multiply by the sine of 107. When you do that, you should end up getting C is 33.9. I really want you to keep these all in your calculator, so I'm not even going to write down any work there. I want you to try that 100 times until you get it right, period. Now, if we were to draw this triangle out, it doesn't really matter. We've got C here is 107. We could have B is 25. We would have side B is 15. So just by drawing out the given information, you see that we have an angle side relationship. Remember those from geometry. Now, you don't really need to remember this, but there's a special case with the law of sines, which is the SSA case, which I always say is a pain in the ASS. And I'll show you why, but it's sometimes helpful to recognize when you have the different types of cases just from drawing the original problem, so you are aware that there could be a potential issue. And we'll get to that in a little while. All right, example 2 here. So if you wanted to go ahead and sketch that out to see if we had that SSA case, we've got A is 94 degrees, we've got C is 67 degrees, and then we've got side B is 25. So this is not an SSA case because we don't have two sides, we have two angles. This is in fact an angle side angle case. So we're clear from anything being a pain in our ASS right now. We don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to notice that I don't have any matches. I'm going to first have to find that angle B. Then I'm also going to need to find side A and side C. So this is kind of my answer box for all the three pieces I'm going to need to find. I can quickly find angle B by taking 180 minus 94 minus 67 and getting 19 degrees. So now that I've got that 19 degrees, I can match that up. I have angle B and side B. So I can go ahead and start solving for side A. So since I'm solving for a side, I'm going to put A on top, and I'm going to put the sine of 94, which is angle A. So side A and angle A matching together. And then side B is 25, that's given to me, divided by sine of 19, which is angle B. So side B and angle B matched up. So go ahead and type this straight into your calculator. 25 divided by sine of 19 times the sine of 94 should give you that A is about 76.6. So go ahead and plop that into your answer box and then go and do C. So the same thing. We're going to have to use the 25, the side B, and the sine of 19. So I found that 19 degrees. We have to use it in both of our fractions this time, and that's okay. So side B with angle B. Now I'm looking for side C, and I know that angle C is 67, so the sine of 67. So we'll go ahead and type that into our calculator. 25 divided by the sine of 19 times the sine of 67 should give us a C value of about 70.7. So put that in my answer box, and I'm done.